Hi, I'm Mr. Alfieri, and you'll be hearing the voice of Ms. Waldman as we discuss how to care for and clean a microscope and the different parts of a microscope.
So let's focus in on the microscope. Always carry a microscope with two hands. Support the base with one hand and lift it and carry it with the arm. Hold the microscope upright. Position the microscope on the lab bench so that the stage is facing the wall and the eyepiece is facing you. Should there be a plastic cover on the microscope, remove the plastic cover and we'll begin learning how to clean the microscope. But before we clean the microscope, never ever horseplay when using a microscope, and never ever carry the microscope other than with the arm and the base. And here's how not to carry a microscope. Never ever ever carry a microscope like this, because if you break the microscope, you risk having to pay for the parts that you break. So let's zoom back in on the microscope and take a look at how to clean the microscope. At your lab bench, there'll always be a tray with small pieces of lens paper cut up and a bottle of alcohol. This is a special kind of lens paper that's used so that we never scratch the objective lenses or the eyepiece. So, when you clean the microscope, use the small piece of lens paper and alcohol to first wipe the eyepiece. After wiping the eyepiece, use the same piece of lens paper on the objective lenses. Clean the bottom of each objective lens, there are 3, with the alcohol. Lastly, clean the stage with the same piece of alcohol. Throw the piece of lens paper away. Now let's make sure we're familiar with the parts of the microscope, starting with the eyepiece. The eyepiece sits on the body tube. This particular eyepiece does revolve. Holding the objective lenses is the revolving nose piece. And I'm going to zoom in a little so you can see the difference in the 3 kinds of objective lenses. The shortest lens is red, and we call that low power. The middle power objective is yellow, and the high power objective is blue. The objective lenses sit on top or are above the stage, and the stage has stage clips. Beneath the stage, you'll see the light source, and on the arm of the microscope, you'll see the coarse adjustment knob, which is the big knob, and the small knob, which we call the fine adjustment knob. Now, there's a part of the microscope that's very important that you're aware of because you're going to need to be using it, and that's called the diaphragm. The diaphragm is located underneath the stage, and if I can zoom in just a little bit more, you can see that the diaphragm has holes which adjust the amount of light coming from the light source, and you'll need to use that to adjust the light on your microscopes. When you are done using the microscope, you will re-clean the eyepiece with the lens paper. You'll re-clean the 3 objective lenses, and you'll wipe off the stage. At the completion of the microscope lab, wrap the cord around the clips, if your microscope has clips, or wrap the cord around the base in a clockwise fashion. And always remember to click the low power objective back in place. And that completes our lesson.